Hey guys, I just wanted to say before we get into the podcast today that our sponsor this month is returning, Figurosity.com. If you're into drawing and you need some models to work from, these are 3D generated computer models of different genders and sizes of people. You can turn them, you can change the lighting, and it's a great website with lots of options. So if you go to Figurosity.com, you can sign up, and using the coupon code Anatomy101, you get $5 off, which equals to about a free month. And it's a great artist tool, and a great way to practice. You can even kind of set up a series of drawings, so kind of a timed drawing type thing. And it's very similar to our figure drawing groups. That's why they like to sponsor us, and we love to have them as sponsors again and again. So thank you again to Figurosity.com, and that is coupon code Anatomy101. So now let's get into the podcast.
Mr. Sandman, give me some sand.
La 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 la.
I want all of your sand in my mouth.
Okay, welcome back, Inebri-arts. This is Andy of the Inebri-art podcast, and that quick musical interlude was brought to you by Ben, Joe, and James of Hollow Turtle, who have joined us here at the Tiverton Public Library for this recording today. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So I got to say, I was kind of, I don't know, shock's not the right word, but I feel like you guys are a bluegrass band, and I don't ever think of a bluegrass band being younger people. Is that a common misconception? How did you guys get...
We're actually 2,000 years old.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't go out in the sun very often.
But
The sun's actually what's killing people.
Is bluegrass always been something that you guys have been into? Or?
No, I mean, we were in bands before. James is my brother. We were in bands before where it was like funk music. We did a crappy metal band. James kind of introduced us to the whole genre. So I don't know if you want to...
Yeah, so I did like a 2-week backpacking trip in New Mexico, and they had these staff camps, and every night they just had bluegrass, just like straight up acoustic in the middle of the mountains, bluegrass. And it was awesome. I came back home, and I bought myself a banjo. I was like, I don't want to play guitar. Everyone plays guitar. I'm going to play banjo because it's amazing. So I got a banjo, got really into bluegrass, introduced bluegrass to these guys, and then kind of just took it from there, yeah.
I came later on. I met these guys about 2 years ago. They were
we
all
found
high
him on
school
Craigslist.
friends. Yeah, I found... yeah, our guitar player at one point posted a Craigslist ad looking for just more people to jam with.
Yeah,
just with the music we listen to and stuff. It's kind of hard to find people that are into the genre. Like, you know, I didn't have like any friends who were into it, really. I just kind of played by myself, and I didn't have any like music friends. So I'd peruse Craigslist in search of people who listen to the same music, and my buddy Alfie, our guitar player, and posted an ad looking for the same thing. So I ended up coming all the way an hour south to, he was living in Providence, Rhode Island at the time, and there was a whole group of people.
Because you're from our neck of the woods. You're from Plymouth.
Yeah, I'm from Plymouth.
Yeah. But we won't hold that against them. So how long has the band been together in this form?
Technically 2012.
Yes, technically
So
2012.
it's been like 7 years.
Yeah, he came in like a couple years ago, 2 years ago.
I joined the band about 1 year ago, but I was opening for them at the Galactic Theater, solo a bunch. I had a band with the guitar player and mandolin player before that was like kind of a side project of theirs for a little bit. And then I ended up just joining the band
A
about
way cooler name.
a year ago. Yeah, we were called the Grimy Dimes.
The Grimy Dimes? That's a pretty good name.
We're stuck with Hollow Turtle.
Is it hard to find venues that want bluegrass, or is it...
Yeah, in Providence, they don't really like want us.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I don't know. They're more of like if you're going to like actual like music venues, like they want more like metal or rock and roll stuff like that, or punk. But we're not pop punk. We're bluegrass.
Yeah.
Even at that, we're not really in bluegrass scenes. Oftentimes, like, people won't want us because we're not really bluegrass. Like, we're not technically. We don't sound anything like if you look up bluegrass on, like, the actual, like, genre of it. We're not really inspired by like Bill Monroe or Earl Scruggs all that much. We're kind of we have our own sound.
Well,
I am.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you guys find your inspiration?
There's a lot of local acts that we really like. Brownbird's one of the big ones for us. We listen to them a lot. We've seen them play countless times.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, David Lamb. So, yeah, that was one of our big things. Ben also was a huge fan of them as well.
Yeah.
So that was like one thing that like totally brought us together was like Brownbird.
A lot of bands that are just out there today. Like, there's also like like Lost Dog Street Band and like Devil Makes Three, kind of like lesser known but still kind of making a name for themselves. Like, it's kind of, I guess, it's all branching from the roots of bluegrass and old time and all that, but it's more. I got mostly into the lyricism of it than anything. Like, it's tough to say exactly what the roots of our music is.
And when you guys write songs, you do it collectively, or does like someone come with an idea and some lyrics and kind of pitch it to the band? Or?
Yeah, more the latter. So we try and work on songs together, but I don't know, we're just not really good at pitching words out to each other like that. So generally we need someone to like write the lyrics, and then we collaborate on how the music would sound and the structure of it. Normally
with mine, I just kind of have songs, and I just kind of, I'll be like, hey, you want to learn this song of mine? Because I do my own solo thing as well. And that's generally the way I think it goes, is we just kind of have songs that we already did, and then like we'll bring it to the bands and just see what the rest of us just play along to it, and then over time we'll come up with little intricacies to add on.
And is there any like division when you bring it to the band? So there's 5 of you. Does it have to be like 3 of us want to play it and the other 2 just have to go along, or is it a unanimous kind of decision?
There's sort of like an
that's been the subject of some
this is some debate, but there's sort of like an unspoken rule where, like, I don't know, I guess like after like 5 or 6 practices or run-throughs of a song, like if we still don't play it out or anything like that, like we should just let that song go, like it's not really like giving us that kind of drive that we're looking for. So either we work on it, and if someone comes up with something new for it, then we'll do it again. But like, there's so many songs that we've forgotten at this point, just because I guess we weren't inspired by them.
happens.
And you guys are brothers, so do you come from a musical family, or did you just
no.
kind of both fall into the music at the same time? Or?
I did piano when I was younger for like 10 years.
I did for 2 minutes.
And then I stopped that, and then I got the guitar and I got the banjo. But my parents never did music; they just like pushed us into there. But I don't know. I didn't really learn much from piano. I knew how to, like,
At that age, I would say.
I knew how to like look at the music. I didn't even know what the notes were. I just like, okay, it goes up and it goes down. Okay, that sounds right. And I would memorize the pieces instead of reading from the sheet. And my teacher would always yell at me for that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe is a good thing. Like,
I don't know.
like
So
memorizing the pieces.
Can you read sheet music, or
Slowly.
Eventually,
Yeah, I took violin lessons from when I was 3 years old until about 5th grade, and I hated it the whole time. And like my parents are both music teachers, so they really wanted to kind of push me into it, but I just didn't like it. And it was the same thing. Like they were teaching me to read sheet music, and I would just be like, "Can you play it again? I'm just having trouble with this part." And then I would just memorize all the songs and pretend I was reading the sheet music, pretty much. So that, I think, developed the skill of like being able to just play songs by ear now. I don't really like. I don't need to know a song too well to just be able to play it. Like if someone plays a song, I can normally just play along. And blame it on that. Yeah.
And at what point did you go from hating the violin to like
playing it again?
I never wanted to be a musician throughout. Like my parents, like they put me in band too, like in middle school, and I hated it. I just didn't like any of that. But then it was after high school, I was on the Appalachian Mountain Club's trail crew.
Yep.
And they were all playing bluegrass music at night and everything. That was like what we were partying to, like kind of like that more like modern, like Devil Makes Three and bands that are still out there, and just folk sounds, like just woods party music.
Yeah.
Is basically the way I see it. Like I don't feel like I'm chasing an old time vibe. I feel like I'm just chasing like what people play when they're in the middle of the mountains drinking beers. Like this was just a cool group of people that this is what they were listening to, and they were just stomping in cabins and stuff. And I just came home, and it was like this. I couldn't find anybody that was into it, and I'm like, that was the coolest group of people I've ever met. And I want to find that crowd again, and kind of got into like when I started listening to the music that they were listening to. Like when I found all of it, and when I got back home, I got like really into it suddenly. I picked up the guitar and stuff, and I started getting into playing music, and it just quickly took over my entire life.
So you guys kind of had a similar experience, both kind of out and so does that translate to your music? Like, do you guys go out hiking to like write music, or do you kind of stick more to the studio?
I'm in terrible shape, so like I'll like sit by that song.
It's a podcast. You can just lie and tell them you're in great shape.
Yeah, they can't see me. Yeah, like I have my song. I song Jenny Pond. That's about the pond in Plymouth that I'd just sit there, by the pond, and I just enjoy nature while I'm out there. But I don't really tend to climb mountains for it. I guess like maybe. Here and there, I'll go for a little bit of a walk to.
Bands are heavy. I don't want to hike with that thing.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of lazy. Like a pretty view is a pretty view,
true.
whether I get a workout getting there or not. Like I can just
drive to the pretty view.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll drive really far for a pretty view.
Nice.
It happens.
So what do you guys have kind of lined up? We were talking earlier. You guys were nominated for an award from
Motif magazine.
Motif. I was going to say Mosaic, and I knew that was wrong.
Oh yeah.
So how did that come about? Have they presented the award yet?
Yes. So Paul Turtle 2019 favorite bluegrass band Rhode Island. We got that. Woo. That was fun. So we actually, they didn't tell us that we were nominated. We had to find out through, I think, a friend that was following the awards.
Which is pretty sweet, because we had no hand in it.
Yeah, we had no idea.
It was
like,
just a friend of you called you up one day and been like, hey, I saw your band's.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, oh, yeah, like next week they're going to be doing the drawing. It's like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah. So they sent us a message, and I think they messed up with the email that they did to us, too. Because you could tell, like, they were trying to get us to come to the award ceremony. Yeah. But without saying, like, hey, you guys won.
Not saying you won, but you should probably be here.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Like, they had something where it was they copied the whole message of, like, here's what you should probably tell them. And like, hey, you guys won the award.
Damn interns.
We didn't do any marketing for it or anything too. Like we just three of us made it to the awards, and we were like, we're not gonna get this. Like Four Bridges was up against, like they're like so much more established.
Yeah, Four Bridges.
They're like
they
shred. They've got like 3 albums out or something like that. They're like we still hadn't had We've actually got our album coming out soon, our first album. So we're in the October 26th. We actually got to record that through this award.
Yeah, we got 10 free hours of studio time.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was our reward for winning them. Reward.
Yeah. So now, do you feel there's more pressure because you guys are the best bluegrass band in Rhode Island?
Favorite. I mean, I wouldn't
favorite. Sorry,
I wouldn't go
most favorite.
Most favorite.
Yes.
Motif likes us that much. We don't know how everybody else feels. It's. We didn't expect to win that at all, though. We like showed up just. They said like Galactic Theater's favorite band. Like we were just like, what? Oh no, we won that. And it was a complete surprise. We really did no marketing for it whatsoever. We just kind of. So it was good because we just we didn't have much motivation going yet. We didn't get the ball rolling a lot. So hearing that like our following from just playing at the local bar in Warren, the Galactic Theater, like we picked up enough of a following to win an award from it, just from the little that we'd done at that point, and then it's just been snowballing since.
Yeah, it's definitely been a milestone. Like we've been playing a lot more ever since then. Obviously, the recording process has been awesome. So we have the album coming out, and just people are contacting us. They want us to play. So yeah, that's been really great for us. Absolutely.
And did you already have basically an album's worth of songs ready to go, and it just was good timing?
Yeah, we could probably do another couple right now.
Yeah, we've got about 3 to 4 hours of material. Like most of our gigs are 3 hours.
So if anybody wants to record us for free, You can always give us a call. Hallturtle.com. There's our contact info on there.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We don't have Twitter, though.
When the album's out, are you guys going to put that up for sale? Like, do people still buy CDs? Is that still...
We ordered a bunch of CDs.
Yeah, so we'll see how those go.
I think it's a formality at this point. Like, we got CDs. It's all the internet anyways, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we have one of the songs on the album, actually, we put out as a single on Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and all those streaming services.
Yeah.
So we do...
find that now.
Yeah.
I think people still buy CDs.
So you can look us up on Spotify right now, and we have one song ready. But if you wait a couple weeks...
After they finish listening to the podcast, then they can...
Yeah.
So do you guys plan on touring, going on beyond Rhode Island?
Oh yeah,
we're doing like weekend tours. We're trying to do like Thursday to Sunday, trying to book a gig, go up north, go south, go west. Just try to spread out little by little here and there. We're hitting up Boston a lot, so I don't know. It's a slow thing, but eventually we do want to do like a whole tour.
I want to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, we want to just do that. We want that to be our life, is just going gig to gig to gig to gig all around the country and out and beyond. But it's a whole process of building up to feeling actually ready to make this our full-time jobs. Like we do have jobs. I'm an electrician's apprentice. I kind of want to get my license before you go get out there and all that. But and then everybody else, we've all got jobs except Joe. He works for Lyft.
Yeah.
Not a job.
I made Hall Turtle my job.
Nice.
But most of his money comes from Lyft.
You have that one person to kind of do all the
he harasses us every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, quit your jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, actually, there was a sudden click in Joe's motivation when he just became the guy that...
Yeah, I hung out with Buddha in Japan for like a month and came back and I was like, we're doing this now.
Yeah, that was a game changer for us, too. Like, having him, just start... throughout the summer, we got a hell of a lot more gigs than we had before. Like, before it was just... We'd play at Galactic Theater, for a while it was every Sunday. Then we decided we didn't really want to do it every Sunday anymore. We were just playing the same venue all the time. And then
once every week is taxing.
Yeah.
Especially, sometimes it wasn't really, playing bars in general can be a little bit depressing because people aren't really there to listen to music. It's not a show. It's people are there to drink and talk with their friends. So, you get there.
So sometimes you're almost in the way.
Yeah,
exactly. There'll be 4 or 5 people there. They're just I just want to drink. They're like, hey guys, what's up?
There's this 5-piece bluegrass band just in your face. Yeah.
Every once in a while it would get lively. There were plenty of times that people would get up and dance and whatnot. Well, good crowds and bad crowds. It doesn't even seem to be venue specific. You don't know what you're gonna get no matter where you're going.
When you guys do bar gigs like that, you try to work in a cover song so people kind of...
Yeah, we do a few covers.
A little more approachable to those.
Yeah, we'll do we have a bluegrass cover rendition of Roxanne, Rhiannon, and there's a couple other ones that we do.
Going to California
by Zeppelin. That's a really fun one. I like playing that. Yeah.
So we do some old bluegrass songs and stuff as well.
We're not going to do Uptown Funk, but we'll do some covers.
Yeah. But I always feel like the best covers are the ones that not everybody is playing.
Yeah.
There's a past guest, Jeff Rosen, and he's solo acoustic guy, and he'll just throw in a Snoop Dogg song.
That's awesome.
And people will be like, I know this song. And they're like, you can see him singing in their head, trying to figure out what song it is.
That's awesome.
Grinding.
Yeah, it is so cool.
So to me, I really like those kind of covers that take it in a completely different direction. So
I play a Shel Silverstein song called Beans Taste Fine.
Yeah. There's
been
two
a
types
hit
of
lately.
Songs. There's songs that are not about beans and songs that are about beans.
That one, in fact, is
and
about
we need
beans.
more songs about beans in this world.
Well, you guys were telling me one of your songs is about Twin River Casino.
Yes.
Is that a goal to play there? Or just...
Oh, hell no.
Oh, no, we don't need to be there anymore.
Actually, we got to get some money back from them. So.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, if they pay to be there, then...
I totally forgot. We have Twin River
there.
right down the road from here.
I don't think they do live music.
No, they don't, but we passed it, and we played the river.
That's why.
Is that why we
Glad
played
you're
it?
here, Joe.
Oh, I missed that conversation. Okay. Hi, this is Joe with Whole Turtle. Hope you're enjoying this podcast.
So, Joe, it sounds like you're the one that kind of manages the band. Is that fair to say?
That's not a term that I would throw around lightly or give myself because I think that the other two members are going to get mad at me.
No, you can do a bunch.
I try and keep the ball rolling. I wouldn't say managing.
Yeah, we're kind of a commune.
Okay.
Like we all he hits up venues more often than not, but like we all ought to be doing that. Like I've been sending out a couple emails. I haven't been doing the job he's the most motivated in doing the stuff that we haven't really been doing.
It helps not having a job.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm telling you,
it's
this is
very
why you gotta quit your jobs.
It's difficult when you're a musician or an artist. You don't get into that field to answer emails and talk to people and make phone calls.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you almost need that one person.
It got very business-like very quickly.
Yeah.
Because like it went from just hanging out like in the woods, really to camping and jamming by the fire, into like sending out emails and calling venues and
Following up
with them, and then ordering merchandise, and then making sure the merchandise is good and getting designs made. I don't know. It's getting pretty interesting. It's a whole industry I did not realize was this deep.
Yeah, now
And
we're
I'm
like
not even a toe into
there's
it.
like a little bit of stress in the back of all our minds of like we gotta get more T-shirts, but we gotta like make a new design for the T-shirts. We need like our business cards are so bland. We need to make our
It has
Like
our name and our
Shell
number. What do you want?
we all
Aesthetics.
approved it, James. We're not blaming you.
James, are you the one that did the business card?
He
Yes.
was.
Is this your fault?
We all approved them.
We just needed to have the name, and we needed to just have. It's literally like instead of writing, like being like, "Oh, I don't have a pen." When someone asks for our number, we just
Give me your
having
handle.
our number. Like that's all that.
All we do is we carry around a
for.
big Sharpie and we just draw our number on their
On their
arm.
arm.
Comically
Yeah.
large Sharpie. Then they never
Like
call us.
the half-inch
wonder
thick
why.
one. Yeah, you can barely read it too. Like we're horrible at handwriting.
So is there like one venue or festival or something that you guys, that's kind of like the holy grail that you guys would be like,
Folk
this is-
Festival for me, the Newport Folk Festival.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they do that down here.
Yeah, I want to
we've
play that.
And there's
We've
Muddy
contacted them
Boots
a
I
couple of
really
years in a
wanna go
row,
to.
and hopefully one day we'll get in there. But yeah, that's like my dream to go up there and play.
Now, is that do they reach out to you guys, or have you reached out to them?
I'm not sure.
Tested them?
They have like applications that musicians have to fill out and send in to them, and they have periods where they don't even accept any applications, so you have to contact them during a certain time frame. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of people that contact them, so we're not very high on the priority list because they have like, I don't know, they have.
But you guys are the favoritist.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel
know.
like you guys get a little clout now. You start throwing that
I
around.
think so. So I don't know. I think that maybe
You should
next
start
year
off
will
your
be
email
the
with,
year.
"Don't you know who I am?"
Don't you read motif?
So when the CD comes out, are you guys gonna have a CD release party?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So October 26th at the Galactic Theater in Warren, our roots, our home grounds, and literally our home.
Yeah, the three of us actually live upstairs.
Live upstairs,
at Galactic.
That's where we'll be having our album release party. So we'll have Megan Casey. I don't know if you guys are also familiar with Megan Casey.
I've heard her name. Yeah.
Megan Casey is awesome. She's a great person, a fantastic musician. So, like, shout out to Megan Casey. Anybody wants to check her out and listen to her music. She just released a single as well called Canyons. It is beautiful. That should be on like every radio station 24/7. It is so
Just
good.
that.
Just that song.
The Megan Casey channel.
Yes.
Every channel.
So we're lucky to have her open up for us. And I think we have another act as well.
Yeah, Nat, we need to
Need to find out those
find
details.
out what his last name is.
We'll iron out these things as they go.
we met actually playing at Radio Bean in Vermont. He's just a solo blues picker that he hit us up saying like he'll be in the area of Rhode Island, and we were like, play our album release party. That'd be awesome. Like,
Yeah, he's a badass dude.
he's really cool. He hopped a Greyhound to get to that gig. He was from like New York.
Yeah.
So he just kind of took a bus when the rest of his band couldn't make it and played, and we just hung out with him for a little bit at the Radio Bean in Vermont.
Nice. Well, you mentioned radios. Do you feel that's still a viable avenue for music, or is it all gone digital and YouTube? And
I mean, we're not going to be on the radio a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
not
would
our goal
definitely.
there, I guess.
I don't want to throw out any opportunity where I could go on the radio, and they say, "No, you were talking bad about radio stations the other day." But no.
Show you.
Yeah. So I definitely think that digital is like the way to go. Like, I mean, we were saying before, like we're printing CDs to have and like possibly sell if anybody wants to buy them. but like we know that majority of like listening and listenership is going to be through like our Spotify or our YouTube channel, which has 3 videos that we need to like delete and just like get rid of and put up better material. But yeah, so definitely digital is going to be like the way of the future. Like podcasts, it's a huge thing. So I only really listen to podcasts. I don't really listen to radio at all, except for when I'm doing Lyft driving. And even still, it's like the top 50s.
Do you ever like you'd be able to put on your CD and just play it in the car and they'll be like, hey, who's this?
Would you like to buy a CD? I have actually thrown a couple of recordings on unapologetically.
Yeah.
The only downside is that with my car, if you're sitting there, you can see the screen. And if it's the radio station, it'll say what the radio station is. And on my phone, if I'm playing it through Bluetooth, like it doesn't really have like this good title on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's just like the really bad name that I have like popping up on the screen. I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but like it has a very bad title on my phone.
Yeah,
so it's just like blasting in front of their face. It was like, okay, like what are we listening to right now? And it's just banjos and.
Why would you do that?
Huh?
Can't you just change?
I did it for the funnies. And, I don't know. I just never fixed it. So every now and then it's on, and I talk about the band, and they're like, "Oh, can you put on a song?" And I do, and it's yeah.
Wow.
I think.
And then they're like, do you have a business card? And he's like, no.
No, just give me your arm.
I have a Sharpie.
Write it down.
Here's the big Sharpie. Takes 2 hands to.
It's a whole stamp too. It's a wax.
We should get some wax stamps.
We have been thinking about getting like you can buy a brand like we have sort of a logo we put on like our shirts and CD and stuff. Like you can actually get a custom brand.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna really surprise some fans. Yeah.
You should get a business card. Yeah. Gotcha. Can't forget that.
But you'd have to heat it first. You'd have to be like, hang on a
Oh, it's
second.
gonna always be hot.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, we just keep,
You get the
I
electric
have a
one.
blowtorch behind my back.
have the
get the
little like
electric one.
an old car with the cigarette
Oh, you
lighter
push
thing.
the cigarette
and,
lighter in. So you guys are going to play a couple songs for us.
Yes.
Yes.
What songs are you going to play?
One of them is called "That's Where I'll Be,"
Yep.
and the other one is
Jenny Pond.
Jenny Pond,
And then the other one is
Morningwood.
The river.
the river.
Oh, the river.
Oh wait, we did play Morningwood too.
We did play
Yeah, we
Morningwood.
did Morningwood.
Then we finished
We're
with
gonna do
Morningwood.
it. We're
Ah.
They just ruined the whole mirage.
yeah, sorry.
That's all right. So looking forward to that. And you guys can be found on everywhere but Twitter. What was the website?
HallTurtle.com. Yeah, we're not cool enough for Twitter. We'll get there soon, though.
It's not really. And people will be able to purchase the CD on the 26th, right?
Yes.
And stream it and
Through the website
Stream
when they
it.
order it?
Yeah, we'll have it on the website.
Nice. And is there merch there as well? Because you guys
Yeah, we have we have 2 different T-shirts. The stock is low, but we have some stuff up there, so people can definitely pick that up.
Nice.
Are you wearing?
Are we getting posters?
Huh?
Are we getting posters?
Yeah, we're waiting for the posters.
We're getting posters too.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
gonna have some posters. I'm really excited for
Great.
them. It's gonna be a really fun poster. This is a long time in the works, and we have our good friend Kelly Brown, who is a local artist, making it there for us. So it should be fun.
Nice. I'll have to check that out when it's on the site. I'm looking forward to
Yes.
that. And so, guys, I want to say thanks again for coming out to talk to us.
Thanks
and,
for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Congratulations on your new CD. And we can probably time this to go out around the same time as your release. So we'll
Cool.
put this up right before that.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Thanks, guys.
See
Thank
you
you.
in the future.
See Future Joe later. Bye.
that's where I'll be. Got $1 to my name and a rocking chair back home. Gotta go. That's where I'll be. That's where I'll be. Hear the rain dancing down. Chorus comes to blue. Summer moon. That's where I'll be. That's where I'll be. That's where I'll be. That's where I'll be.
Once on a chance at coming home, looking for some conversation that you just can't have alone. Well, he wound up at the park, he's picking flowers for a girl that doesn't garden. Took him for a walk, found that she just didn't walk. Well, he got to see some faces in Buckley you can't have the dark. Spent the whole night in his car at Jenny Pond. Nearby, back then he had a wife. Quit his job and now he's back, maybe hit the life. So we talked about the town, about some folks who both might know. Shit for a while, well, he's trying to find his home. Now and night, turn the phone on, she's not far away. When he gets to hear his child, hope she has a lot to say. Said if she can talk all night, Lord knows I got time. up for a jump. If police come by, it's just to check that you're alive. Oh, you'll never pay to park at Jenny Park. Well, some children walk along. Now he's fishing with his sons at Jenny Pond. Well, I'll stay here when I need a place to go, and I'll drink here when I want to drink alone. Side by side, this piece of us that never left its spot till someone knocked on the window, off the smoke up for a jump. If police come by, it's just that you're alive. Bust on through a crack in my shade. Pitching tents of shadows just to say. Oh, when the sun comes up every day. Just a walk through the morning wood. I'd do it every day if I could. Well, I won't think twice about the right or wrongs I've done while having fun. Just a walk through the morning wood. Mama, mama, please don't bother me. 'Cause I have risen up with some things you can't see. 20 minutes, maybe more, I'll get my ass out the door. Mama, mama, please don't bother me. It's just a walk through the morning wood. I'd do it every day if I could. Well, I wouldn't think twice about the right or wrongs I've done while having fun. Just a walk through the morning wood. Well, can't you see, oh, can't you see, this time right now is time for me. Hiding under sheets from judging eyes. Once a day, that at least is when I get this time of peace. Rub away the worries from my life. On y'all and get your fill. It ain't a drug or any pill. I used to not be a morning guy, but it's rubbing off on me. It's just a walk through the morning wood. I'd do it every day if I could. Well, I wouldn't think twice about the right or wrongs I've done while having fun. Just a walk through the morning wood. It's just a walk. It's just a walk. It's just a walk through the morning wood. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for checking out the podcast. And don't forget to check out our other podcasts on the Inebri-art Podcast Network. There's the Bar Talk. There's Old Colony Cast. There's, of course, the Inebri-art Podcast. And our latest, Retro Redoctopus, a kind of nerd genre podcast that you can check out now, all available on our website at inebri-art.com. And pretty much available everywhere that podcasts are available, on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, all those things. And if you don't see it where you're looking, let us know. We'll try to get onto that as well. And you can also email us at inebri-art@yahoo.com with your questions, complaints, and suggestions. And also, if you could take the time to rate and review us on iTunes, that would be phenomenal. That helps us get more exposure and bring more of these great podcasts to your ears. And thanks again for listening.